side bending or rotation? I don't remember, so.
Both.
Okay, so let's look to your right. All right, looks limited to me. What does it look like to you guys? Okay, so we're gonna do our selective tissue tension test. So any pain with that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, look to your left.
It's not comfortable.
Where does it hurt?
Right here.
Okay, on the right side, look
Mhm.
to your left. Any pain?
Mm-mm. Mm.
Okay. So, in terms of what I feel, it's an end feel. So just, of course it's an end feel. It's firm. I'm tired today too, just like you guys. So I got a firm end feel on that one. So just keep that in the back of your minds because that's what we would have gotten up to this point. So now we gotta look for translation. Is, which one's worse? Rotation, up, down, left, right?
Rotation to the left.
Rotation left. Okay. So this is just feeling. So I would have done this with my range of motion assessment. So look left. Okay. And relax. Do it one more time. A little bit right there. So all of this is a maybes, right? They're hypotheses. This is what we think we feel. So she may have a little bit right here where my right hand is that feels like it may be coming out to her right. So who knows if I'm right or wrong? I don't. So let's figure out. So we saw her range of motion to the left. She has her perceived restriction / pain. So now we're going to take that segment that my hand is on. We are going to bring it back to the left because I feel it going to the right. And now we're going to take the segment above it and bring that towards the left because we need to counterbalance it. And that's all we're going to do for that first part, that translation. So it's a lift, a correction, and then just learn to turn back. Okay, so she feels improvement. I don't see any range of motion improvement. That's me. What do you see? Slightly more? Okay, sounds good. But she likes that feeling, so that she at least likes that compression of sorts. She likes being put into, we'll say, the right place. So then we could do a stack. Stack is your up and back, and then turn to your left. Okay, and how do you feel?
That's good.
Okay, good. I'm glad you like it. So to me, so we go with subjective, objective. To me, that one looked better than the first one. What do you guys think? Okay. So we have the translation correction, that's biomechanical. We have neuromuscular response, that's the stack that you guys learned. All we're doing is taking in information for her problem, which is left rotation. So now we have articular, myofascial, neurodural for structural differentiation. So this could be any passive restriction. So, and then we have compensations. So first, look to me. Okay. So I don't see any type of chin poke or anything like that. I don't see any type of compensation into side bending. Do you guys see any of that? Look straight. Look left. Yeah, you're right. It is a slight chin poke, but nothing crazy. So then we need to just try to see if that was limiting her motion. So if we see a slight chin poke, we're going to bring the chin back into this position. Good. Hold that there for me. So now first we care, can she hold it? And if she can, does that now improve her motion? So hold that as best you can and look towards me. Okay, so it does not increase her range. She's struggling to do it. That's the two things I'm taking in. So does it affect her range? No, it doesn't. So that's not going to be a part of her problem in terms of range of motion. Is she struggling to do it? So what do we think we should investigate further later on? Longus colli capitis. So we're getting information so we can go with a priority. Right now we're doing this for range of motion. It has nothing to do with her range. We checked it out, but she still can't hold it. So strength or stability will be important for us. Okay. let's say it worked. That made her range of motion better. She was able to hold it, it made her range of motion better. Does she have any type of passive restriction? No, because she was able to self-correct it and made her symptoms better. What's our treatment gonna be?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, it's probably gonna be some sort of stability training. We still need to check it out, but we need to make sure that her chin poke improves. We know now her chin poke is hard to handle or control, but it does not affect her range. Translation helps a little bit. She definitely liked the support. Those go hand in hand with each other. She liked the cervical stack the most. So now, because cervical stack worked, what muscles are we considering? Actually, all three of these sort of correlate with each other. Deep stabilizers, that is something I expect to be a factor. So now we're gonna go into differentiation. What are we trying to differentiate? Okay, so here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna do different things to the shoulder girdle. Why the shoulder girdle? That's all the muscles attached there to the neck. First one is articular. So. It's okay. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna come into the shoulder girdle, we're gonna lift it up passively. We're gonna look to her left. Does her motion improve? No, it doesn't. So that's the first step of things. When it doesn't improve, you're thinking articular, okay? But we know that we have muscles that restrict both sides. Good, Ross. Good, and look left. So now, we're not thinking articular because now we're thinking right-sided myofascial is a possibility. So now we're going to, if that made it better, let's depress. Oops, sorry, too much. My bad. Good. Whoop, got hair too. Okay, now look left. Okay, so that helps me rule in myofascial because it's so far. So now articular's out. Myofascial, I'm thinking, is in. The only thing I need to rule out still, neurodural. Can I get your stool? Thanks. Can you just take a seat here? Her scapula. So I elevated her scap, her range got better. So I'm thinking right-sided musculature, the ones that do left rotation. Now, if that's true, it got better. You guys saw that. Now let's put it on tension. That's what I did. Her muscles are now restricting her, so her range of motion got worse.
Is this for all motions or just rotation?
Rotation's the most common. You can do it for all motions. Okay, so now, this is why I put you in the chair, because me doing this on the table would be bad news for everybody, mostly me. So let me see your arm. So now we're gonna put the arm here. We gotta elevate it a little bit. So we're gonna bring this, good, good. Oh, sweet bracelet. We're gonna palpate. We're gonna come back, and we're going to extend. Too much.
What do you feel?
Turn to your left.
It's just patella.
Good. So we go to the point of restriction. We go to the point of restriction. That's her range. We take off the joint. Can you turn your head any more? Just a little bit. If it's a very large improvement, neural. How can we follow up this even more? Like more specifically?
Median nerve test.
Yeah, so that's where you could do your supine, breakout.
Well, isn't this the median nerve block? You mean do the glide?
Not the
And see-
glide, you do the assessment, just to confirm.
Oh, is that the-
This is like a quick differential. You guys are used to doing it on the table. So say this wasn't negative on her. Let's say it was positive. When I do my neurodynamic breakout, that's when I would be checking more specifically each of the nerves on the table. Typically, you wouldn't do the nerve assessments already. The only reason you got like a quick highlight of it is because it's a special test, the upper limb tension test. So also depending on philosophy is depending on where you put it in the
done because a biomechanical correction was a significant improvement, or is this done before you even get the top three?
This is done because there was some sort of range of motion restriction. So if you look at the columns,